Here's a video to finish the problems that we didn't get to in the notes today, although I may have done one or two after lunch for you. Taking a look at number 14, I can see that in the denominator I have the fourth root of 12, which means if I wanted to rationalize, I would need 3 more. We talked about how do I multiply by how many more I'm missing to get me to have enough. So again, that unwritten step here is 12 to the fourth. 12 times 12 to the third, 12 to the fourth, so it would come out evenly. The problem with doing it this way, so this again being my unwritten step, is I get a really huge answer, the fourth root of 1728 over 12, which I would then have to simplify. I'd have to break down 1,728 and see what can come out of the fourth root and then reduce it to 12. The better way to do a problem like this is the following. I'm going to break down the 12 into its prime factorization. So 12 is 4 times 3, or 2 squared times 3. And then I'm going to multiply by what's missing to get each of those bases to come out cleanly. So I have 2 2's right now. I'm going to need 2 more. And I have 1 3 right now. I'm going to need 3 more. And of course, what I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. And this then will get me to what that reduced answer would have been. 4 times 27 is going to be the fourth root of 108. And then I have 4 2's, so out comes a 2. I have 4 3's, so out comes a 3. And I multiply those two things together to get over 6. Number 16 is just square roots. So you may have done one similar to this back in November when you were doing square roots the first time. My suggestion, although this can be done in multiple different ways, is to break down each of those bigger radicals. So I'm going to simplify the first radical to be 2 over root 5. The second radical, root 10 over 3, is the same. And then the square root of 5/8 I'm going to write as the square root of 5 over the square root of 8, which is 2 the square root of 2. Then my personal preference, some of you might do the inside first, but my preference is to distribute. And you multiply the fraction straight across, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. And what is outside you can multiply together, anything inside you can multiply together, but you can't multiply numbers that are outside a radical and inside a radical. So we'll get 2 root 10 over 3 root 5 minus 2 root 5 over 2 root 10. And then just like the earlier problems, you can reduce. You can simplify things on the outside, you can simplify things on the inside. So the first one, I can't do anything with the 2/3, but I can reduce the radicals because radical 10 over radical 5 is the same thing as radical 10/5, also known as radical 2. And then the 2's on the outside of the second fraction cancel, and I have the same thing as root 5/10, which is 1 over root 2. And then, of course, we can't leave our answer that way, so we do need to rationalize. Can't leave any radicals in the denominator. 2 root 2 over 3 minus root 2 over 2. And if those radicals were not the same, you would be done. But since they are the same, I do need to combine them. And so I will need to get a common denominator. So I'm going to make both of them over 6. So 4 root 2 over 6 minus 3 root 2 over 6. We're going to get 1 root 2 over 6 for that one. All right, number 17, very similar to number 15. It's just under 2 separate radicals. My first step, as I said, I'm going to reduce. So I'm going to get the fifth root, 20 and 64. I can divide them both by 4 and get 5 over 16. X to the 7th over x to the 9th. There'll be 2 more x's in the denominator. Y to the 10th over y squared. There'll be 10 y's in the numerator. Z to the 2nd over z to the 10th. There'll be 8 z's in the denominator. So reduce first. Then I would suggest taking the radical. So in the numerator, I can take out 2 y's with none left over to get y squared, the fifth root of y. In the denominator, I can take out a z, and everything else is going to stay. The fifth root of 16x squared, z to the 3rd. Then I would rationalize, and we want to know how many more I need to get to have 5 of them to come out cleanly. So don't forget that that y squared and that z are going to stay in front, and then I'm multiplying just like the 12 up in example 14. I'm going to suggest that you break the 16 down to its prime factorization, which is 2 to the 4th. So I have 4 of them, I need 5, I need 1 more. X's, I have 2 of them, I need 5, so I need 3 more. And Z's, I have 3 of them, I need 5, so I need 2 more. So you're always looking to multiply by what's missing to get you the index. When you multiply The y squared still in front. You're going to get the fifth root of 10 x cubed z squared. And then out here, out comes a 2, out comes an x, out comes a z, and then don't forget about the z in front. So let me actually erase that there. And so we're going to get 2xz squared. And always just make sure there's nothing left to reduce when you're done. And in this case, there wasn't. Moving on to number 18, it is a multiplication problem. So I would actually suggest that you multiply straight across first. The top, numerator times numerator, both underneath the radical, will become the cube root of 36x to the fourth y cubed. The denominator, something outside, something inside, so it just gets squeezed together. Just like the previous problem, I'm going to reduce my first step after I multiply. So the cube root over 6x, the cube root. 36 and 16, I can divide them both by 4 and get 9 over 4. I'll have one more x in the denominator and 2 more y's in the numerator. I can see if I went to go take the cube root of either of those, nothing will come out, so I am ready to just go ahead and rationalize. I'm looking at the denominator again, so I want to know how many more I need to get. Think prime factorization. I already have 2 2's, I need one more. I have 1x, I need 2 more. What you do to the bottom, you need to do to the top. And when we multiply, we will get to our final answer, 18x squared y squared underneath the cube root. And then out came a 2, out came an x. Don't forget about the 6x in front, 12x squared. And then our last few, number 19, you did this back in November. This is a conjugate problem. Anytime you have a binomial in the denominator, you want to multiply by the conjugate. The conjugate is when you change the sign of the middle term. So 3 root 2 plus root 5, because this is a minus b, a plus b, and that's going to be a squared minus b squared. So you would get rid of all radicals when you do that. So in the numerator, we will get 78 root 2 plus 26 root 5. In the denominator, I'm going to get 3 root 2 times 3 root 2 is 9 root 4, or 9 times 2, which is 18. Then I get positive 3 root 10, negative 3 root 10 cancels, and then negative root 25, which is just negative 5. That is my a squared minus b squared. Nice little shortcut there, which simplifies to 13. And then I do have some reducing that I can do. 78 divided by 13 is 6, so 6 root 2. And 26 divided by 13 is 2, so 2 root 5. I show you this for our last example, and that last example is the cube one. So similarly, I have a binomial in the denominator. I want to rationalize, but here's the problem. If you try and rationalize by the conjugate, and you only rationalize by root 6 plus 3, you're going to multiply that together and you're going to get root 6 squared, which is not enough to take it out. So I want you to think about what I just showed you with the difference of squares. This is your a minus b. If I multiply by something to get rid of any cube roots, I want a cubed minus b cubed, or a cubed plus b cubed, depending on what sign is here. This is the SOAP formula. This is what came up on that last test. So I'm going to square this, I'm going to multiply this together, I'm going to square this, and then it's same, opposite, always positive. And so that is what I'm going to want to multiply by, so that what I can do is a nice shortcut, and I can cube the first term and get 6, minus, I can cube the last term and get 27, and then I have no more cube roots in the denominator. So what will that look like? It's going to be the cube root of 6 squared plus 3, the cube root of 6, plus 9. And what I do to the bottom, I need to do to the top. So when we multiply the top, you're going to get 2, the cube root of 36, plus 6, the cube root of 6, plus 18. And notice here, I'm over a negative. We can rewrite this here too, but I'm over a negative. We should never have a negative in our final answer. But there is no other reducing. 2, 6, and 18 don't have something in common with 21. So the only thing I can do is divide through by the negative. So here would be the answer I would be looking for. Negative 2, the cube root of 36, minus 6, the cube root of 6, minus 18, all over 21. Hopefully this helps if you had any questions.